Hey guys, Orvis Fly Guy here. My last video I posted on my personal concealed carry weapon of choice, which is the Springfield Arms subcompact 40 caliber XD. Today I'm going to be talking to you about one of my home defense weapons that I like to have. A lot of you will probably wonder, a home defense. A lot of people want to use a shotgun and things, which I do have. I have a Mossberg 500 pump shotgun that I have for home defense. But I also have another weapon, that I like to have handy around the house. And there's a lot of debate on this weapon as to its usefulness as a home defense weapon. And so I'm going to kind of talk to you a little bit about that. But the weapon I'm going to be talking to you about today is actually an AR15. Okay, this is this was my toy, but it is a home defense weapon. While I'm talking, I'm going to go ahead and clear the weapon and make sure that it's safe for me to be looking at. Okay, everything's clear there. Anyway, put the dust cover back. But this is the AR15. It's got all the bells and whistles. I do have a long range scope on it, and a lot of you guys are saying, dude, why would you have that as a home defense weapon? Well, I actually have here some Magpul flip up sights on 45 Picatinny rails, which allows me to make quick acquisition on targets, which I can go from long range quickly straight over to short range with these flip up Magpul sights. So I like to have the versatility of both. Obviously I'm not going to be shooting anyone from long range for home defense because they wouldn't be in my home. So anyway, this is just for target practice. This is, I guess you could call it my zombie killer. Also have a tactical light on the side, vertical foregrip, 6-position collapsible stock, single point tactical sling for the back. I do for the charging handle. I do have an extended extension for the charging handle. I don't know if you can see that. It's actually right here, but it's extended. Make it a little bit easier to get to with gloves or whatever if you're outside. But I love this weapon, and it is a hammer forged barrel. It'll shoot both the 5.56 military or NATO round or the 223. Now, I want to talk to you about, a lot of people talk about over penetration for this rifle and its usefulness as a home defense gun. Everybody's worried about over penetrating walls. A lot of studies are out there and you can look them up. But you can get around the Hornady 55 grain ballistic tip bullet. It's actually a really excellent bullet for those of you that are worried about, they kind of call it a varmint. It's varmint ammo, but it pretty much, as soon as it impacts, it starts to break apart. So I don't have all the statistics on it, but I want to say that it'll penetrate anywhere from around 12 inches, which is way more than what you would need for soft targets. But my thing is with any gun that you're going to be shooting inside your home, if you have to do so, you still need to be careful. Even with buckshot or anything like that, that stuff, if you don't think it'll go through your drywall, you're mistaken. But this weapon, it gives me versatility for multiple targets. If I happen to have someone rush into my home, and I have an opportunity to get to this. But anyway, I love this weapon. It's a beautiful gun. If you've not purchased an AR-15, it's just an excellent weapon. There's very little recoil whatsoever. It's very flat shooting. Very just a solid all-around gun. I do have the Troy quad rail on the front, the tactical light. I do have the Magpul bad lever, which just basically allows me to keep my finger around the finger housing when I when I want to lock my bolt back. I basically have my finger in there. And of course, I'm not going to slam it back in, but you can do it straight from here instead of having to reach over here and you know, hit it here. You know, but you can still do both with the bad lever. But I'll actually do that so you can see. But you basically just push this in, and it sends your bolt forward. So, you know, obviously when you release a mag out when it's empty, your bolt locks back, and all you do is pop another magazine back in and then send that bolt forward again, and you're ready to get back in the action. You know, hopefully that never is something you have to do in your home, but you know, you just never know today. But anyway, that's this is one of my home defense weapons that I really enjoy, the AR-15. You know, it's a beautiful gun. It's really it looks really cool. It's intimidating, which is always really nice. But you can deck these things out or go as simple as you'd like. Mine's a little bulky, but you know, it looks cool, and I like it, and it's very functional. I don't have a very expensive optics on this one. I'm going to wait and get something pretty nice for it eventually, but I just got something in a 50 power just so I can, you know, take some long distance shots and things like that. But I would recommend that if you do fill these up with ballistic tips, you know, Hornady makes a great ballistic tip round, which is it's a soft tip round. It's like a plastic, you know, but you know, look for it. They're called the VMAX, Hornady VMAX, or it may not even be by Hornady, but it's a VMAX round. You can look it up on the internet, cheaper than dirt. I think they've got 20 for like $18. You can probably find them in bulk a little bit cheaper. But anyway, excellent home defense weapon. Don't worry about the over penetration, you know, but you do need to be aware of where you're shooting. You know, you don't want to be shooting into rooms, you know, people are occupying it, because, you know, that's going to be a problem. But if you're like me and most of your bedrooms are upstairs, and, you know, and anything that would come in your home would be from the downstairs area, you know, you're pretty much going to be shooting at a downward angle anyway. So anyway, hopefully, you know, if my shotgun's not intimidating enough to get someone out of my house, then this could be something that for multiple assailants, if they enter my home. Anyway, that's it for Orvis Fly Guy. You know, next time maybe I'll you know, talk to you guys a little bit about a few of my other weapons that I like to have around the house. But you know, remember guys, a weapon that's unloaded, you know, is a weapon that's basically useless. Having, you know, your guns locked up and not having access to those quickly is something I don't recommend. But I also know that some of you guys have kids at home that are a little bit more adventurous than mine. Mine understands that if he gets into my guns and messes with my guns, they're loaded, and that you know, he understands the risk involved in doing that. But I believe that you keep guns ready to go. You know, if someone broke into your house right now and you didn't have a loaded weapon, you had to fumble around trying to load it. It's no different than carrying concealed and not having a round chambered into your gun. You know, you can't rack a slide fast enough to get onto a target that's going to be on you. Just like you can't pull a lock out of a gun, load it, or go find the rounds if you've got them locked in separate places, and do things like that. You just got to educate the people around your house if you have loaded weapons. And if you've got a kid who doesn't respect that, then, you know, that's maybe something you're going to have to deal with. But me personally, I've let my son know that under no circumstances is he to touch any of my weapons. They're always loaded. They're always ready to go. And we discuss those dangers, but that may not be something that you're able to do, and that's totally fine. This is Orvis Fly Guy. It's just my opinion. You guys can take it for what it is, but definitely, if you get an opportunity to buy an AR-15, it's a great gun. Anybody can shoot it. Small kids, you know, can shoot it. The recoil is not bad. It's very loud. You know, I do plan on getting this suppressed eventually, but it's a little expensive right now for what I'm trying to do. But my wife can shoot this gun as well. Anyway, that's all for right now. Hope you enjoyed, guys. It's Orvis Fly Guy. I'll see you next time.